Welcome back to another Mammotion video. In this video, I'll be unboxing and setting up the Yuka 2000. I'll also be comparing it to the Luba 5000 that I already own. First, let's go over the specs for the two units. If you've not already decided which model to get, I hope this helps. The specs can be found on Mammotion's website, but not in a comparison format. I'll leave the link to the spreadsheet I created in the description. The Yuka model has two different flavors, 1500 and 2000. The 1500 is the meters that it can mow, and the 2000s the meters it can mow. 1500 meters is square meters, about 0.37 of an acre, and 2000 square meters is half an acre. The in-app storage capacity for the 1500 is 1800 meters, square meters, which is about 0.45 acres, and then the 2000 is 2400 square meters, which is 0.6 acres. You can have up to 10 multi-zone managements for the 1500 and 20 for the 2000. They both mow at 350 square meters per hour. The height is 30 millimeters to 100 millimeters, or 1.1 to 3.94 inches. The width is 12.59 inches, 32 centimeters. Slope without the sweeper installed, it can go up to 24 degrees. Slope with the sweeper installed, it can only go up to 10 degrees. Something to keep in mind. Battery capacity without the sweeper is 4.5 amp hours, and with the sweeper is 9 amp hours. What I don't know is once I add the sweeper, will the mowing area per hour increase? I would think it would. There's 4 different flavors for the Luba 2. The Luba 2 1000, which is 1,000 square meters, 3,000, 3,000 square meters, 5,000, 5,000 square meters, and then 10,000, 10,000 square meters. You have the stats there in front of you, but that's basically a quarter acre, 3/4 of an acre, one and a quarter acres, and then 2.5 acres. And then you've got the in-app storage capacities. Basically, that just means you can save more than you can mow. The multi-management zones, that allows you to store like all the no-goes and the paths and everything. So that's something you should keep in mind. They don't do a mowing per hour for these units. They do a mowing time per charge, which is 120 minutes, which is about what I get out of my Luba 5000. And then your charging time is about 90 minutes or an hour and a half. It is interesting to note, it does not matter which model you get. They all mow the same amount of time, and they all charge the same amount of time. Also, the width, the cutting width is 15.7 inches or 398 millimeters. So the cutting width of the Yuka is actually smaller. And then your max climbing capacity, obviously, the Luba is going to be able to climb more because it's 4-wheel drive, and it's going to be able to handle more of a slope. So those of you that have been here a while, you know that my yard is, I live on an acre. It is split up into 3 different sections. You've got the front yard, what I call the dog's yard, and then the back 40 is the 3rd acre, or the 3rd section of the acre. The problem is the 3rd section in the back 40, actually has our septic sprinklers on it. And those septic sprinklers make the grass grow out of control. I got this mower so that it'll mow this backyard. It's the sole reason for purchasing it. This one I'm standing on right now is soaking wet. This sprinkler probably comes on 3-4 times a day. Well, it's already unboxed because we have camera problems. Go figure. So here's the unit itself. It's a 2-wheel drive unit. Got this piece of packing foam here. That comes out. This entire front is your bumper, right? So this is the bumper when it hits something. That's the bumper. Here's your 3rd wheel. This is just a caster wheel. Then you have your two cutting discs. Those actually look smaller than my Luba 2. I don't know, but maybe not. Maybe they're the same size. I know the blades are the same, so the blades are all interchangeable. But the idea is this right here rotates up and down. It moves independently from the wheels. So as it goes over the ground, this thing here stays pretty relatively even with the ground. And that height adjustment is set using this knob by simply pushing and turning. So on top of the unit, push and turn. That's how you adjust your height. You got your emergency stop switch, power on, home, start. I don't think I've ever started using that button. Rain sensor when you get your water in there. This unit though, the reason why I think it'll be perfect for the backyard is it has a wiper. So it'll be able to clean off the camera when needed. One more thing about the unit, you have a security key, which is right there. Unit won't run without it. It comes with one, but then it also comes with an extra one. My Luba 2 came with an extra one as well. Inside the package, you had your RTK. You always want to make sure that you put this on. Don't run the RTK without this antenna. This antenna is what actually allows it to talk to the unit, to the unit. So this antenna talks to this guy right here. And then your charger, these actually go in and out like this, which is different from the Luba 2. You have your poles. I don't think I'm going to use these. I'm probably going to use the, I've got the standoff. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the RTK on a standoff on my other shed. That's my plan. This guy here, I did not use before. This is if you want to stab that into the ground. It's not high enough though, in my opinion. I think you want it as high as possible. It's definitely not high enough for our sheds, our metal sheds. So I actually have two of these. If anybody needs one, let me know. Instruction manual, which I will eventually read. Power brick 1, and then power brick 2. I think this one here is for the RTK. This one here is for the actual charger itself. Then you have the RTK extender cable. And you have your stakes so that you could stake this in the ground. And you want to make sure that this guy here is staked down. You don't want him to move. And then of course you have extra blades. Comes with one set of extra blades. If you buy these from Mammotion, the ones that you purchase come with 2 sets. Anyway, that's basically all that came in that box. All right, here's plan number 1. Anybody that watched my Luba 2 installation video, you know things don't always go to plan. But plan number 1 puts this right here. I'll run this up and in. Right now I'm just going to plug it in, but I'll put it right there. I wonder if this ground should be wet, because it is not easy. Make sure it doesn't move. Alright. Charger is installed. Lights on. Maybe one day I'll secure this cable. Probably not. Let's go get the unit. All right. So this guy drives in Like that. Look at there. It's on. It's charging. It's got 3 little charging lights. Interesting. It's got a location arrow. There's the offset pole. So the problem is, I really need it to connect. I really need it to connect here, but can it? If I put it here, is that high enough? I think it'll be okay there, right? Right? It'll be okay there, I think. Yeah, sure it will. All right. Comes with a template, which is nice, but I have to use bolts in the top and the bottom. So really the template's going to be worthless. But hey, it comes with a template. Okay, after checking the garage, I do not have any more of these metal screws. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to cheat a little bit. I'll have to go to Home Depot and get some more screws. But for right now, this is only going to be temporary. Make it work temporarily for right now. A year from now, when it's still here and it falls down, then you can laugh at me and say, I thought that was only temporary. Be careful with the RTK, don't let it fall. It's going to come out this hole here, so the wire goes in there and comes out here. That's a nice bend you got to make. Oh, come on. So you got to make this bend, but it does. Now, very gently pull it through. It's going to line up. There's a notch. Let's see if you can see me. There's a notch right here. And then there's a notch in the post. And that's how it lines up. And just screw it together. You can actually take this off if you wanted. You're never gonna run this without that antenna. Right now, I literally just want this thing to sit up here for a second. Okay. So for right now, it can just stay there. There you go. There you go to the grocery store anyway. So I grabbed some bolts at Home Depot. Now, where'd my cabling go? So here's my cabling. This cable here is if you wanted to stab it in the ground, then it could plug right into the unit. But that's not how we're going to do things. We're going to run it to the same place, but because it's only temporarily installed, well, you know, temporary permanent, need to leave some slack. I want to be able to open and close the door for now. And we got this guy here. That's what it plugs into. Powers up the RTK. So we're plugged in. Now it's flashing green. Green means that it's trying to find a signal. In case you're wondering, south is that way. Should take it a moment, but it'll find a signal and it'll lock them all in here in a minute. Let's go back and see. There it is. So it should be locked in now. So we're going to add a robot. Click on add a robot. Click on the Yuka. Start. Alright, so my unit has position. No 4G. I do not have a 4G card for it. I don't know if I'll put one in it or not. I have, the Wi-Fi is literally 5 feet away, 10 feet away. And then I have cameras out here in the back. So we'll see if I need to do that or not. So I've got my 2 units. I have an RTK. I could always add an RTK. Let's see if we can't add this other RTK. For some reason, the RTKs do not see 5G, so you have to use the 2.4. Okay, RTK1, Yuka, Luba 2, RTK, well, I guess this would actually be RTK1. The other one's RTK2. All right, let's see if anybody has an update. Of course he does. So let's do the update. Okay, that one's done. Let's go look at the Yuka. Does the Yuka have an update? Of course he does.
Upgrading. Upgrade failed.
Of course it did. When that happens, you turn it off and back on again, usually.
Power off.
Okay, unit's upgraded. Hasn't rebooted yet. Here it comes. So that'll probably do it for this video. The Yuka is installed, and now I just need to map out the area it's going to mow and send it out for its first mow. So tune in next time. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, and share it. Thanks for watching.